Hello, and welcome to my stream today, where I am in fact playing more Girls Frontline. Hello, Vertha. How are you doing today? I pressed the wrong button here. There we go. That was the correct one. Now today, I shall continue playing Girls Frontline. Well, last week, actually no, not last week, 2 weeks ago, I stopped in Isomer. Or Isomer, or however you actually say it, I don't really know. We stopped at a point. I have actually checked, but I'm gonna be honest, I just forgot where exactly we stopped. I think we stopped around here. Jesus Christ, that was long. I haven't really looked into the events, have you? Because there's a lot of really long events. Let me quickly check something. That is just which map I did last. Not this. Come on. Okay, I did Wolf and Owl 1 apparently. So this should be the place where we stopped. Which makes a lot more sense because I didn't expect us to be that far in. Especially considering the fact that the last stream I did of this, I only did for half the length. But yes, hello and welcome back. We have done this, and I'm pretty sure we should continue with this. Actually, I might have done this too. Footsteps echo through the dimly lit tunnels. This way. Estimated distance to the exit is 143 meters. 87 meters, 50 meters. We're here. Hold on, F-15. According to my scans, the space behind this door doesn't seem right. This doesn't lead to ground level, does it? It doesn't seem to be the way we came. All I know is that it isn't the fortress outside, but I can't calculate exactly where it leads to. You're more efficient in surveying. Is something wrong outside? It isn't ground level. We're still some distance away from that. It's another cavernous space, but nothing is blocking my ultrasound scan. I might just be paranoid. We'll just end up dead if we stay any longer. Let's get out first. F-15 opens the door with a hard shove. There's no one in there. It's even darker than in the tunnel. Unable to visually observe the target. Infrared scans complete. No enemy signals detected. Thank goodness we can finally... The door suddenly slams shut behind A94. Bam. The stage lights up, revealing a black-clad figure standing directly below the lights. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken it. Voice. Eliminating interference caused by echoes. Analyzing. Yet once a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth, the sea and dry land. I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come. Smart man, but you've been running machine gun building contracts for weeks now. You accidentally pressed preview and saw that you already have all the doors you can get from there. Which door were you trying to get? The lords whom ye seek shall suddenly come to her temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in, behold, she shall come. Might have been caught, which is not even in the pool. Yeah, no, she's not in the pool. But you can get her from some of the event rerun stuff. Or, not rerun, but, whatchamacallit. The thing that I'm doing myself right now. I think she's a drop somewhere. I can't exactly tell you where. The doll standing beneath the light flutters her long sleeves and turns around to face them with a dancer's graceful spin. Interconnection. Ah. Yeah. A15 and 994 recognize the face almost instantly. It's Macuros, the one from before. But who may abide the day of her coming, and she shall stand when she appeareth, for she is like her finest fire. Congratulations, IF-15 and 994 Task Force Defy. You have overcome obstacle after obstacle, traversed the intricate labyrinth, and finally made it to this stage. You've been so dedicated, going to such lengths to burn down your bridges and join me on my stage. Please accept my deepest gratitude. What is the nutcase rambling on about? No idea, but she doesn't seem to have noticed us. I agree. Let's go through another room and give her a wide berth. Then we'll find the exit and leave. Understood. She shouldn't be able to detect us from this distance. I heard everything, you know? Is she forcing connection on level 2 again? Just give up. There's no way to escape for you. Be brave, girls. We're about to engage in a joyful battle, which is going to take place in this theater. May the trumpets sound in ever higher spirits. My, you ever been as dull as that human officer, A15. Sorry, I'm not interested in putting on a farce with you. She wasn't hit. How did that happen? It's as if she anticipated my attack. Confused? It must be terribly puzzling. That twisted personality actually makes you the easiest to read. I'll tell you a little secret. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. What the hell are you talking about? The trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible. For this corruptible must be put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Come, it's time. Sound this trumpet of war and raise the curtains of this glorious epic. A15, a massive number of enemy signals have appeared. What? I'm not detecting anything. The whole area is being jammed. You'll have to rely on visuals. Behold, the broken have now returned. The deceased shall now rise again. Friends, let us all shake off the shackles of corruption. Let us tear off the collars around their necks. Smash them into pieces like a ceramic vase. There's a system lockdown and we're running out of ammo. We've really been backed into a corner. Some of the studios have come back online. Except that at this point in the story, they're not had tutors yet, because this, my friends, is not SF. This is the quote-unquote white faction. In other words, Paradise. Wolfenal 3. What is it? Amidst a cacophony of gunfire, Makura stands in the center of the stage and sings sonorously, completely oblivious to the pandemonium all around her. Over hill, over dale, through abyss and pits, over dew and clouds, tempest and night, over chasm, bog and abyss. I'm out of ammo in 94. Still have some left, come closer to me. Hold on, I can't see where you are. I can't get accurate readings on. Macuros must be jamming our sensors. Is she toying with me? She's just been harvesting batteries and collecting away guns. I see. Completely neglected story. Which way now? Just relying on visuals won't do. Watch out, A15 to your side. Please open up, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors. Crap, I can't touch them anymore. Snap. The theatre suddenly falls into pitch darkness. You're awfully long-winded for a knockoff. That voice. I already know who it is. Can you make a guess on who this might be? Probably not. The lights come back on, not just the spotlights from before, but all peripheral lights. The whole theatre is washed in a gentle glow. A15 looks towards the source of the voice, a section of the auditorium on the balcony. It really is. My, it's a cute little griffin tin cans. Look, M16, isn't the one with the pink hair one of your old colleagues? She seems to have made some new friends. How nice. Attack. Ruthless as always, I find that so very charming. Annihilate all the white trash here, don't spare a single one. Must ruin overtake me? Have I fallen into the hands of chance? But powers of darkness are weaving about me. Defend, then destroy these tiresome fools. Sub 16, I won. They're targeting the white faction. There's no chance. A15, I managed to get you over here. Sangos Ferry seems to have disabled the interference caused by the white faction, so we now have access to comms. I'll conduct some basic repairs on you, and you can contact Angie through a secure channel. Thanks. I've accepted your connection request. Angie, do you copy? I'm receiving. Is it done, AF15? Sorry, Angie. I located the node, but it isn't going well at all. Things are rapidly getting out of hand. I've sent you a location. Sangos Ferry has engaged the white faction in battle with M16 in command. I'm afraid we're going to have to fight whoever's left after this fight. Nothing can save you from the precipitous fall. From the precipitous fall, nothing save you. You're nothing but specters that wander in darkness. No one can stop me. I will triumph and get what I deserve. What on earth is that strange human going on about? Hey, work hard and just tear apart already. 16, Sangos Ferry? What a mess. What? What a messy situation. Alright, things aren't looking too good on our end either, but we'll send reinforcements to you ASAP. Hang in there. I hope you won't be greeted by our dead bodies by the time you make it here. We'll be counting on you. A15, A94, Macuros, and 4 isn't here. I'd better hurry. I must find it before that thing does. Well, as you can see, Macuros is actually only at a 10,000 strength. However, this map, if I remember correctly, is a bit of a pain in the ass. We need to get to that command post. Considering all the paths that we can take, the easiest way would be to go right, up, left, left, down, down. Let's see if that works. Sure, I'm just going to spawn. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to use that. Fuck it. Sounds great. I like using my machine gun squadron. Next up. Honestly, this map is generally not that bad. If I can see everything that I need to see right now. I think there might have been a special achievement for letting M16 kill the boss. But I'm not quite sure right now. But yeah, if you're interested in the story of Eartha, I do recommend going through it, because there's a lot to it. The turn. And now, to run straight into Mercuros. And potentially remember in that moment why I shouldn't do that. But maybe not. Extremely strong, eh? I do not remember what you do. So, might as well just take a look. Right, it's actually this battle I do remember now. I'm gonna move you. Combination on building and collecting, it was all originally to do the main story since you didn't have too many units. I see. This is actually quite interesting right now. This battle. Because of the way that it's working. But at the same time, it's also very annoying. Because she is dealing a lot of damage to the backline. Which is rather annoying. As you can probably see and tell. Well. Capture the command post. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to let M16A1 do that. 5 shotgun... What? No. It's 2 shotguns and 3 machine guns. But not tanky your backline would be. Ah. Now let's go for Wolf and the Owl 4. In the theatre ravaged by intense fighting. Unbelievable. Sanguisals have grown even more powerful than before. Is that a new model? At least a particular doll has never been sighted before. There are no records concerning her in my database, so she could be a new model. She must have exploited a loophole in the White Faction's defense to have brought so many Sanguis units into the city. Even so, isn't this way too many? And you just said they're not doing well, so M4 could be having trouble too. In any case, this fight is almost over. We better get ready. The White Faction is overwhelmed by the sudden onslaught. All the units around Mercuros collapse on one after the other. I didn't expect mere adults like you to do so much damage. Fine. If you're so dead set on getting your hands on these 2 unsavory pieces of meat, I'll leave them to you. Don't even think about retreating underground. Till next we meet, Sanguis Variant Defy. Stop right there. Mercuros disappeared into a secret passage, and M16's bullets only managed to hit the locked steel door. Hello, Beak. Oh dear, just a bit too late, M16. We aren't able to break down the door. What a shame. My, don't Gryffindors have any manners at all? The Sanguis door deflects the bullets A-15 fired at M16 with a casual flick of her right arm. She blocked the bullets with just an arm. What are you doing, A-15? Isn't that a member of the AR team? M16 feeling the pain of capture operation. Well, I mean, except it worked the other way around. Not anymore. She stopped being our friend the moment she decided to join Sanguis Ferry. The AR team is now nothing more than an empty shell. They're not fun at all. Kill them now. I don't recall handing you the authority to give orders, Beak. M16, you make me worry so. If it weren't for me, you'd have been shot by a former teammate, no less. I didn't ask you to protect me. Whatever. You'll thank me one day. That day will never come. A-15 from Griffin and A-94 Task Force Defy. Drop your weapons before my forces smash you to pieces. Why should I? That's an order. An order sanctioned by absolute superiority and strength. If you don't want to be reduced to a pile of scrap metal, obey me. Do not hesitate, and do not think about resisting. You aren't in the position to do so. A-15, we're running out of ammo. If we fight them, the probability of our survival is 0. Angel already has our coordinates. We just need to buy ourselves some time until help arrives. I understand. Fine, we surrender. With Sanguine's muzzles pointed at them, A-15 and A-94 discard their weapons and put their hands up in the air. You've made the right choice. Also, can I just say, art in this game can sometimes be extremely nice. Despite the fact that you can't really see much, you can see a lot of lasers pointing right at them. Also, I can do Executioner from the whole ordeal here. Now bring me to the pike note. I have no idea what you're talking about. The signal of that baptized affiliated with Paradeus, the clone that refers to herself as Mercuros, was directly underneath this theater just a while ago. According to your signals, you stumbled into this theater as she was pursuing you. I know what your objective is. If Mercuros hadn't chased you down to kill you for knowing where the note is, why would you be here? As the saying goes, old friends make the worst enemies. You sure know your former teammates well. Follow me, but I can't guarantee if I'll remember the way. You will. I'm 16 points again at A94. You better find a way, for the sake of your new friends as well as your old ones, before OGAS starts to get worse. And now, we switch paths to Faith of Blood. I think we've done this before, but I'm not sure. I definitely have done this a few times before. Come on. Have I done this before? Did I go for Faith of Blood first? Doesn't seem like it, because that one's not done yet. Hang on a minute. In the streets. Row 65 attempts to fire an Imogen from the side, but the target dodges the attack with ease. Suddenly extending her tentacles, Imogen grabs Ro by the ankles and flings her brutally from the height of 2 stories onto the ground. Before Ro can scramble to her feet, Imogen is already right before her, resting a foot on her chest and leering at her impishly. Get your filthy foot off me. It wasn't actually all that satisfying, but I suppose you've already done the best you could as a piece of junk. So this is all Griffin amounts to. All of a sudden, a grenade explodes right when Imogen was just a second ago. Ro crawls out from within the smoke screen and dashes behind the nearest cover. They tried to blow me to pieces, Sop! That grenade interrupted Imogen's attempt on Ro's life just in time. In the smoke screen, a figure flits behind cover at lightning speed. With an equally creepy grin, she peers back at the black-clad girl just meters away. Heh, my bad. It wasn't on purpose. Anyway, I'm here. Sub flashes a smile at the piece of cover that Ro is hiding behind, and loads a weapon with another grenade. Oh wow, looks like a real fun has finally got here. Now this is more like it. All night is so snotty these days. Still weak as ever, but your blabbing skills sure have improved. As said, I'm not... Naito's Naito, just as trash as trash. Even if you're something different, as long as you're categorized as trash, I don't care. Now I'm starting to get angry. The last person who riled me up got burnt into a bloody sludge. Unfortunately, dots can only become a pile of scrap metal. Still sporting rubbish, I see. If you could scare me, my name wouldn't be Soptu. It appears that you still harbor some misconception about me. I really must clear them up before I lop your head off off your shoulders. So, we've got to find a way to get the chairwoman out of here. We can't afford to waste too much time on her. The commander said they're almost done clearing the way to the cathedral. Then we'll just have to make this a draw. Easy peasy. That's the spirit. I like you. Now, show me what you've got. The two exchange fire. Substitute firepower isn't strong enough to actually repel the girl in black, but it's enough to slow her down. Seizing the opportunity, Rhoda retreats with the chairwoman. This is all. I've rendezvoused with the rescue team and am now trying to evade enemy pursuits. Received. Just head straight to the cathedral. Our assault team has secured the road, but the enemy is relentless in their attacks, so we can't hold them off for long. Roger that. We'll be right there. The laughter's even more eerie amidst the sound of artillery. Defending against Imogen's onslaught, Sop has no wish to linger in battle. She creates traps every now and then to put the more distance between Imogen and herself. Nicely done, Sop. This is more like it. It's much more interesting than fighting the cannon fodder from before. Is that all that it takes to impress you? Sop, watch out. Imogen suddenly darts forward and wraps a tentacle around Sop2's neck. Just as she thinks victory is hers, Sop tears off a tentacle and drags Imogen towards herself, then delivers a massive kick that sends her flying off. Game over. Sop launches the grenade in the same direction. It lands on the ground at the same time as Imogen, with her back to the violent explosion in the distance. Sop pulls Ro out of behind cover. Sorry, Ro. I didn't obey your order to make it a draw. You only know how to show off, don't you? Never mind. Let's hurry out and regroup with the commander. Outside the cathedral. Under the commander's command, the Dons eliminate the remaining elites around the perimeters and establish a defense line around the cathedral. Case intel isn't accurate. He said we should be able to break through in one go. Can we even last that long under such heavy fire? And there are simply way too many elites in the area. All these fluids are disgusting. Positively repugnant. Even I can't bear it any longer. Just hang in there for a bit. The security entourage hasn't made it here yet. We've got to keep this up until they bring the VIP and regroup with us. Good news. Look, they're here. 10 minutes later. Somewhere on the battlefield. Never mind. It's okay. Don't sweat it. It doesn't hurt to let the rats have some fun. After all, I will eventually reduce you all to ashes. That's right. I will burn the living hell out of you. Unforgivable. Utterly unforgivable. I'm going to tear you apart piece by piece. Just you wait. Just you wait. 15 minutes later. At the cathedral. It's the commander. You're back. Yep, it's safe outside for the time being, and the Hawks have also been deployed in secure sectors. Commander, mission accomplished. Ro and I have brought the VIP with us. Hey, don't fish for compliments the moment you see the commander. But we deserve to be praised for completing the mission. Sorry, but you won't have time to rest up. There's still a considerable amount of Parallax units and infected creatures out there. Our situation hasn't improved all that much. No problem. I'll be fine as long as there's enemies to kill. We even ran into the commander of those white things. She tried to take the VIP from Ro, but I took care of her with a boom. It's just a bit of a shame that I couldn't get a piece of her as a souvenir. Thank goodness you didn't bring back some weird body part. I don't think my heart could take it otherwise. Still, that person was really strange. She looked like a knighter, but insisted that she wasn't. And in the way she smiled, how should I put it? It gave me the chills. My heart misses a beat at the sound of that. Did Sub 2 feel what I felt? I knew it. It was a knighter that I saw. What is she planning in secret? An uncanny sense of foreboding is gradually expanding in my mind. Sop, have you really eliminated that knighter? She called herself an Imogen and claimed to be different than the other knighters. She was just plain weird. I launched a grenade at her, but I don't know if I had actually killed her. Should I go back and look for her body? No, thank you, Sop. You've done enough. An unsettling smile. The attempt to abduct the VIP, the assault in the conference hall and on our dolls. These must all be related, but I simply don't have enough time to think about that. It's challenging enough just to stand our ground here in the cathedral. Are you okay? The gentle question pulls my thoughts back to the tense present. Is everything alright? You've been looking very grim. I'm fine. Excuse me. I know I shouldn't interrupt you, but there are refugees and children seeking shelter in the cathedral. May I ask when your reinforcements will arrive? Reinforcements will have to take some time to get here. Please stay inside the building. It's too dangerous outside. Kalina, protect the chairwoman. Right, madam, please come inside the cathedral with me. It's very dangerous here. Alright. Chairwoman Ulrich walks towards the cathedral, but turns back halfway. Commander, you don't seem to be a local. Nor do you look like an agent from Bureau of State Security. Who exactly... I'm nothing more than someone from a struggling PMC. After reining in my facial expression, I quickly brief Ro on the current tactical situation and our plan of action. I've reorganized our vanguard teams, but it still doesn't seem to be enough. What do we do next? We've already suffered very heavy losses in the previous fights. I don't think we'll be able to maintain our defense line for very long in a battle of attrition. Waves of explosion blasts came crashing through, affecting even the interior of the cathedral. One can just about hear the shattering of some works of art as if they've been abandoned by God. Damn it, another barrage. They're trying to reduce our numbers before the next round of attack. Commander, what do we do? We have no choice but to abandon this position, but the cathedral can probably still buy us some time. Kalina, are the comms still down? I haven't been able to get in touch with our logistics team, but I've been attempting to contact Kay on my radio communicator, but the interference is really bad, so I'm still trying. How much longer will we be able to stop these bastards with just us? Another blast wave rolls in, and the Titans barely manage to keep their formation intact. Commander, you'll be in danger if we don't go now. Damn it. All teams retreat to the cathedral. 10 minutes later, inside the cathedral. Once the teams have settled in, we started mounting our defenses against fire from outside the building. Fortunately, thanks to the distance, we weren't affected by any enemy bombardment during the retreat. The cathedral interior is safe, but we're still losing manpower. I'll now arrange for more doors to man the defense against an invasion. Commander, we're getting through. Okay, do you copy? We've already retreated into the cathedral, but the enemy have almost caught up and we don't have much backup to support us. When can we expect someone to assist in our withdrawal? They are everywhere in the city. It's difficult to deploy. That's exactly why we need reinforcements. What are new orders? Also, there are civilians and children here. Without support, they'll... The transmission gets cut off. God damn it, this broken piece of junk isn't working when it counts. Was the damage on our way here? There should be some spare parts. Commander, what do we do now? Looks like we won't be getting reinforcements for a while. If they really can't make it, then we'll have to move the VIP even further away. There are also civilians here. Let's we prepare for the worst? Commander? Don't give up just yet. I'll be able to fix this radio soon. Kay must have asked us to retreat to the cathedral for a reason. We'll just have to keep the chairwoman safe. Huh? Where's she? Wasn't she just standing right next to me? It's bad, Commander. The chairwoman is missing. Another artillery explosion has shaken small chunks of the stone pillars in the cathedral. I look to the side. The chairwoman appears to be shielding someone with her body, and the fallen pieces of debris are all sprinkled onto her back. Sub 2 runs over at the sound. Huh? She's right here. Callan, the chairwoman isn't missing. Sub 2 shouts. A person is huddling underneath the chairwoman. It is a child. A shuddering child with a tail-streaked face. Did you save the child? That's way too dangerous. If he'd gotten hit by a rock, we'd all be finished. Probably due to the previous shockwave, the chairwoman stumbled as she's getting back to her feet. The child in her arms has also come to his senses. He breaks free from the chairwoman's embrace and runs off to cower in the corner. Are you alright? The chairwoman nods, but she seems a little anxious. Rest assured, we're not so pathetic that we can't even defend a cathedral. Please don't worry about your personal safety. We will do everything we can. No, I'm not worried about myself. Huh? I heard your discussion about the retreats. Sorry, but that is our only option if we can't get any reinforcements in time. Can you promise me one thing? Kind-hearted, Commander? Go ahead. Please do your best to protect the civilians and children here. That is the plan, so... I won't leave this place alone. I don't care if I live or die. To be completely honest, I'm not even sure if I'm actually worth protecting. I'm nothing more than a bargaining chip. But our mission is to protect you. Besides, you're the chairwoman of the Pan something, which makes you a very important person. I'm not anyone important, and I cannot bear to walk away while leaving others to die. The world I'm trying to build is for everyone who survives. Roll gazes at the child still cowering in the corner. He looks all but numb because of the constant fear. I think I see a point. So long as the cathedral holds, rather than dashing through hails of bullets and swarms of helix, the civilians have a much higher chance of living if they stay here. If I leave the cathedral with you, how long will they survive under the circumstances? I don't know what to say. I don't even know if it was right to swallow the no that I almost blurted out. Perhaps I simply don't have a level of resolve. As a representative of the Union and the Rotatrist to boots, I can sense the antagonism towards me, both here and when I was talking to the Neo-Soviets. But the people are innocent. I hope that these people, regardless of where their loyalties lie, can be freed from this state of decadence. Is that why you wanted to take part in this conference? Yes, my dream is to break down these barriers of mistrust. To bridge the gulfs among nations, to bring people together. The Union intelligence service had actually warned us beforehand that there would be an insurgency here. To minimize the loss of lives, I've only brought the skeleton crew with me. In the end, those people all died because of me. For some reason, I can't help but take another look at the child who's staring at us from the corner with unreadable eyes. Commander, I know I'm not making a very overbearing... I know I'm making a very overbearing request. If you still decide to retreat, please leave some weapons for me. No matter how this ends, no matter what happens to me, it's enough for me if I can stay true to my dream until I breathe my last. Indiscriminate peace, huh? I look into the chairwoman's eyes. Strong, unquestionable, yet without a sign of malice. Candid and unyielding eyes. I don't personally agree with your views. However, you've probably guessed as much. We will do what we can to hold this cathedral. Thank you. I understand that I'm practically holding you hostage with my words. But right now, you're the only one who has the power to save more lives. I can see that you're a good person. Only when power is used justly will the world become a better place. Is that what you mean by being a shining beacon in a brave new world? The chairwoman gives us a small nod. Even now, artillery fire can still be heard from the outside the cathedral. Quickly stretch it a bit. A few minutes later, behind the cathedral. Civilians from the residences behind the cathedral are retreating this way. The assault team is trying to escort them here. Everyone else maintained fire on the enemies ahead, or they'll break through our defenses. Take 9, you go too. Huh? But they're humans. It's okay, Colin, I'll go. Take 9, take my place for now. 10 minutes later. X-95 joins the other dots in escorting the 2 humans to the cathedral. However, she noticed that these humans don't look particularly happy about being rescued. Whispers Kalin, is there something wrong with them? Kalina glances over the civilians and sighs softly at X-95. There are always people like these, in every place ravaged by war. You'll just have to get used to it. X-95 is still pondering Kalina's words, when something suddenly hits her on the back. She turns around and sees 2 recently rescued humans. Crouching and shivering in the corner, they glare at X-95 hatefully with rocks in their hands. But before X-95 can finish a sentence, the female human hurls a rock at her. What appears to be a chunk of shattered statue hits 95 squarely above her left eye. Not human. These inhuman things have been slaughtering people in the streets. That's right. Our home was destroyed in the bombings. Damn it. X-95 is a little flustered. She slowly approaches the humans and kneels before them. What are you doing? Are you going to kill us now? Go to hell, you monsters. I'm so sorry. The man raises his hand to throw another rock at her, but instead of blocking it, X-95 merely apologizes softly. The humans, completely taken aback, freeze in their tracks. I'm very sorry. It may sound a bit odd to you, but I completely understand your pain. An inhuman thing saying it can understand our pain. You think we'd believe you? Don't think we'd be grateful to you just because you brought us here. The fighting started because of you. If it hadn't been for you, our home wouldn't have been destroyed. I can't argue with that. But we're doing everything we can to avoid unnecessary fights. Dodsagas don't have a say in a lot of things. The humans have nothing to say to that. That's why I'm truly sorry. But I hope you can understand that even Dod's on your side. I want everybody to live, which is why we keep fighting. If the war keeps raging on, I also wish that Dod's will be the only one that's expended. The humans stop verbally abusing X-95. The man lowers his head in silence, and the woman weeps. Having soothed the humans, X-95 walks over to Kalina. They were overreacting to Dod's because of the trauma they suffered at Paradise's hands. Must have been tough on you. I should have been the one to deal with them. It's fine. That wasn't their fault. Kalin, do you think this conflict will ever end? Of course, I want it to be over soon. Yeah, then there will be no more civilian casualties. If only the world would never see another conflict like this again. Well, unfortunately, this map was actually very annoying, and I remember it. We need to rescue 2 lost T-Dolls, which would be this one and this one. The one down here, I think, was fairly annoying to reach. Also, essentially, that the one's gonna die in like 1 turn. Let me just one-click repair this. Is there another place that we can... Nope, we can't. Move you over. Move you over. Spawn something. And spawn something. And then we have 1 more move. Okay. Should be a fairly easy mission, all things considered. Now, in order to get the S rank, I think you have to rescue more dolls, but it's fine. The main problem here is to have the moves required to get to them in time. Pretty good. Just gotta blast through these small fry. Because most of the enemies are, in fact, just small fry. They do not really do anything, all things considered. Very good. I should be able to do that. All things considered, this should be fine. Because of the game mechanics, the fact that I only have 8 moves will actually be fine. Let me just kill some enemies here. Should be all fine. Bang, 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 bang. They're all gone. Hey, Python actually dealt the most damage. That's rare. Why does it keep zooming in? That's annoying. Bang, bang, bang. Over here, I'll just switch them. But over here, I'll just click on rescue. Because switching does not, in fact, take up a move. So, both of them are safe now. One of them hasn't been rescued yet, but both of them are safe. Okay. I really like machine gun squads, and honestly, they're really fun to use if they just weren't that expensive to use. They cost so many resources to actually run and use. It's kind of insane. Well, and now I shall click here on Rescue 2. And we just kind of walk the same path backwards. Your is looking like US national debt. What are you complaining about? I mean, yeah. Can you guess why I'm complaining about it? Or why I'm saying it? Because I'm good at handling my resources. Surprise. Yeah. If I wasn't paying attention to this, trust me, I wouldn't be having this many resources. In fact, I used to run mainly my machine gun squadron, and that's why it's Squad 1 and not Squad 2 or 3. The fact of the matter is, that is entirely the reason that I switched this, that I couldn't build up resources. It honestly was quite bad. I just had no resources whatsoever. I hate it. Let me just quickly get something to drink here. Because I'm thirsty. And bang. Bang, bang. Hostage rescued. Very good. And now we shall rescue this hostage here. Actually, luckily, worked out exactly the way that I wanted it to, because we are on no ammo on this squad. Combat settlement. If we wanted to, we could go and rescue a third hostage as well, and I think it's necessary for... Never mind, it's not even S-rank necessary. That's interesting. This is just a map that allows you to skip the entire mechanic of the map. Faith of Blood 2 branch. Right, enhancement, I guess. I'll quickly Let's just quickly accept these two as well. And then put new in construction. I need two of those in construction. Because I'm still attempting to get Sky Age. Because I still don't have her. I took Sky Elf from the event because I was thinking, hey, I can probably get Sky Age from production fairly easily, right? No. No, I can't. Absolutely cannot. Because my god, the chances seem to be low. Back to Isomer. Faith of Blood 2 branch. Behind the quarantine wall. You just got Sky and Sky Age. NG activates the comms. I remember telling you not to say anything unnecessary again. There's been another breach on the quarantine wall. We're currently trying to keep things under control. Your mission is to gather intelligence on the pike nodes, not damage control. If the situation gets any worse, we won't be able to do any recon work. Even if we aren't getting any support, at least give me something to work with. How are things on the other end? You mean with Griffin? Yes. What is the commander's mission? The commander is in charge of the Union's chairwoman's personal safety. You've got guts to have so much faith in them. I also remember telling you not to drag the commander into this mess. What a coincidence. It's quite rare that we share the same opinion. However, the commander's involvement is essential. Are you so ready to entrust the mission to an outsider? Are you trying to protect the commander? I didn't say that. Even if the commander is an outsider, at least Griffin can keep their last spark of light by working with us. So, do you still want to put a stop to this? Griffin's state has nothing to do with me. Really? I thought you were quite attached because of the time you spent there. By the way, we lost all our agents in our last operation. The Griffin commander is now the only force we can rely on in battle. I believe the commander is fully capable of completing the mission. It's as you said, the retreat has been going smoothly. Right, if that's all the information you need, can you get on with your mission now? Transmission terminated. And then Faith of Blood 3. In the cathedral. The commander and the dolls retreat into the cathedral, which has miraculously managed to remain largely intact. If someone could repair the nasty burns and clear away the all revolting splatters of elites that got blown apart, one could even see the murals that was once a symbol of holiness and hope. How ironic. Row 65 and Sub 2 stop briefly before the statue of an angel, with one wing snapped off and its head buried in the rubble. Ro, did you say something? Nothing much, just feeling a bit melancholic at the side of the cathedral. God has set down the rules for humans and told them what is just, but look, this place, which is supposed to be God's domain, is now more like a graveyard than anything. Rose carefully strides over her body. Humans clearly know what is righteous, yet conflicts have never ceased. But the commander once said, what's some of us again? For God loved people? You mean, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son? Yeah, that's the one. See, isn't it fair to say that things only turned out this way because people have been taking advantage of God's love and abusing their power? There's no end to war. I'd say people aren't actually playing by God's rules. But if what that book says it's true, then God will always forgive humans no matter what they do. Sub kicks the broken statue on the floor angrily. These people will be forgiven for smashing statues. They'll be forgiven for killing. They'll even be forgiven for destroying an entire city. Rogus stops a squeeze on the shoulder and ruffles her hair. At least the commander won't ever forgive those monsters. We will follow the commander and eradicate the sins committed in the world bit by bit. Meanwhile, on the other end of the cathedral. Ah! Why are these they're humans inside the cathedral? They hate to seek refuge. Don't shout, you'll scare them. They scared me first, okay? Feeling a bit uneasy, Tech-9 reloads a weapon from behind cover and fires at the enemy. But she has to stop soon enough. Hey, you can let your teeth chatter all you want, but do you mind not making it so loud? It's freaking me out. Cowering in the corner, a few shuddering children stare fearfully at Tech-9, who's standing not too far away from them. Why am I even talking to humans? But if I have to keep shouting, shooting those idiots, I'm really gonna puke. Are you killing people? The abrupt question catches Tech-9 off guard, leaving her a bit flustered. Kalina, where's Kalina? 695 still away? Nope. I'm just slaying monsters. Oh, monsters. Those monsters killed a mummy. Tech-9 doesn't know what to say. We will avenge mummy. Isn't it way too early for these humans to think about such things? Focus on staying alive first. Huh? Try to survive for now. Run as far as you can when you see these monsters. Leave the rest to us. Surprising to see you communicating with humans properly. So why can't you talk to the commander like this? You're such a pain in the butt. Kalina appears behind Tech-9 without a warning. Huh? Where the hell did you come from, Callan? Don't come too close, you're scaring me. 5 minutes later. Commander, no more time for chit-chat. The horde of elites outside. The attacks are getting stronger. This really isn't the time for chit-chat. Though I just promised that Griffin Dolts are capable enough to hold the cathedral, judging by the current situation, it's actually going to be pretty tough. All the Dolts in their respective teams are starting to show signs of fatigue. They've been exchanging the fire the whole time we were inside this cathedral. Now it's up to whichever happens first. Either we run out of ammo, or they kill every last one of us. I could hit Tetherman too, but the artillery fire from outside could also easily blow me to Kingdom Come. Stop messing about, Sop. Follow the commander's instructions. We'll just have to last till reinforcements get here. I probably wasn't there during the last transmission. The radio should be fixed soon. If we don't get in touch with Kay soon. Ro tries to reassure Sop, but she herself is on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Perceiving what appears to be a weakening in the doll's firepower from within the cathedral, the enemy outside launches an even fiercer round of attacks. Ah, this goddamn piece of crap. Can't you just do your job for once? If you don't start working, we're all gonna kick the bucket here. Kalina gives the comms equipment a vicious kick. The radio emits a burst of static white noise, then... click. Finally, I thought you were already dead meat. Commander, we've established comms with K. Where's the extraction point that you promised? We have nobody and nothing to aid in our withdrawal here. If you don't send someone reinforcements soon, you can kiss not just the VIP, but also me, goodbye. I don't find that joke very funny. Interrupts. You think that was a joke? With this difference in firepower, it's only a matter of time for the enemy to breach our defensive line. The helicopter can't land in the city. The extraction point has been changed to a location in the Delta region outside Belgrade. I'll send you the exact coordinates. Head towards those coordinates with the VIP now. An aircraft will be there to evacuate you in half an hour. That's impossible. What? I promised Chairman Ulrich that I would ensure the safety of the civilians seeking refuge in the cathedral. Even if you want to take her away, I don't think she'd make it this easy for us. I don't care about the chairwoman's wishes. Knock her out and carry her if you have to. Our time is precious. Stick to the plan and evacuate with the chairwoman. Don't waste firepower without making any progress. Let me repeat myself. That is out of the question. You're currently in a safe location, which means you've saved yourself some cards up your sleeve. If you want to evacuate the VIP, then think of a way to get these civilians out as well. Reinforcements, now. This instant. I'm not negotiating. Commander, being so blunt with him. The bombardment goes on outside the cathedral. Even the comm signal is fluctuating, threatening to disconnect at any moment. A convoy will come and pick you up in 5 minutes. Now you're talking. I'll put together an operation plan. Ready your adults and those civilians. Also, you're going to pay for that attitude just now. If I come out of this alive, gladly. Now, when I was playing this event originally, you can see how these paths intertwine, interlock, and you can see how one just suddenly makes a diagonal dash to Shark and Shark of the Sea. Now, it intersects with that storyline for one simple reason. During the original play of this event, this line was not here until you reached this mission. And this entire bit over here just appears. So, beyond the border. Alright, the time for chit-chat is over. Let's get started with what we ought to be doing. Egg 12, what's the status of the quarantine wall? There are 5 points about 3 kilometers beyond the wall where infected creatures are gathering. The reason for that is unknown. According to visual inspection, those infected creatures don't seem to be in stable condition. The garrison troops near the walls have not yet taken action. Also, according to the latest weather forecast, there might be stormy weather afterwards, which will lead to a big spike in the nearby radiation levels. Storm, huh? What terrible weather. The stormy weather might further agitate the infected. If I were the officer in charge of the quarantine wall security, now would be the time to disperse those monsters with firepower. That's impossible. Why? Isn't an important international conference about to take place in the city? The army will be cautious about using force precisely because of that. Besides, this place is no longer the nation's capital thanks to collapsed fluid contamination. Just having sufficient forces to respond to emergencies is problematic in itself. Right now, Belgrade is nothing more than an ordinary city on the edge of a contaminated zone. So not many people are going to care about an abandoned capital? Exactly. Therefore, there are fewer forces in reserve here. The various factions have also less strength here compared to the other cities. I think the main reason why this place was chosen for the summit. Even if it comes at the risk of being attacked by the infected creatures? Risk and reward come hand in hand. Besides, rather than the infected, the other guys are what we should be focusing on. You mean the white ones? Yes, but not just them. Angie looks down at the city below, and her expression grows severe. Just then, a transmission comes in. She slowly raises her hand to accept it. State Secretary arrived. Griffin has also passed the test. I told you Griffin would be fine. There will be more tests to come. The State Secretary agents team will buy you time. I hope your efficiency doesn't disappoint them. Angie hangs up. This city is prosperous now, but how long will this prosperity last? Team the 5 continues surveying the situation near the wall from the vicinity of the memorial. Angie finds Eka 12 standing to the side of the memorial plaque. She seems to be inspecting something. What are you looking at, Eka 12? I'm looking at the stone plaque. Why are there no names carved on it? Because a single plaque can't hold the names of everyone who needs to be remembered. So leaving it blank is a warning of sorts then? Still, Angie, won't people come here? Why do you think that? Since it's a place used to remember one's deceased friends, surely people would come here frequently to pay homage to them, right? That's how it should have been. But this place has long since been forgotten by the people of the world. Forgotten? You must know, Eka 12, that humans are forgetful creatures. For most people, it's only by forgetting part of the past that they can gain the courage to face the future. Unfortunately, this memorial plaque and the names on it names it carries have already been placed into the category of things which need to be forgotten. So it's not just the names, but even the memorial plaque that commemorates them has been forgotten. It seems a little sad. They didn't die to earn your sympathy. Your name is unknown, your deeds are immortal. Not everyone is willing to die for the country and what they believe in. Those people who sacrificed themselves for us ought to be remembered, no matter what the reasons they had. You look like something's weighing on you. Is there something worrying you beside this mission? I was just being sentimental. Seeing this tombstone makes me think of a lot of my friends. Former friends. You should be able to understand that. Yet, this is too difficult for us all to understand. Humans really are strange. You know, yet you pretend you don't. It seems we've drifted a little off topic. In any case, this is now the most suitable location for us to hide and observe, so let's make good use of it. Since there's no need to worry about unexpected situations, why are we splitting our forces when we're on a single team to begin with? Their abilities are more than adequate for them to operate within the city, and we have other helpers here there too. In comparison, I'm more worried about the purification towers and the quarantine wall. I need to keep my strongest force in reserve. Is she really your strongest? Isn't it because you felt she might be the most unpredictable factor? Saying so, AK-12 directs a gaze towards M4, who's standing in the distance. It took us a long time to find her and AR-15, and we're still not clear what happened while they were gone. I believe that M4 will not be so easily shaken by the past. Leaving aside the long blank periods, just that final battle with the military would probably be enough to affect her. After all, that explosion engulfed the members of Griffin she once served with, and I can see how she blames herself even if she doesn't say it. Moreover, she ended up fighting one of the former members of the AR team. Her kindness ended up being our undoing. I understand that kindness very well, but what can you protect with kindness alone? As long as you bear the weight of duty, you'll have to walk down this path in the end. You'll harm other people, and harm yourself even more. I don't doubt her. She performed adequately back then. I'm simply worried about whether she can continue fighting as a tactical doll. If you really are that worried about her, then why don't you go and have a chat with her? I just knew you'd dump this troublesome crap on me. Near the nameless plaque. And past carrying out her duty and standing watch nearby. Just then, AK-12 walks over to her. Is something the matter? No, it's nothing. Just that you looked really bored, so I thought I ought to go show some care and concern for a teammate. I don't need your care and concern. Let's just do our jobs. You've become somewhat distant ever since you came back. How does returning to the team feel, M4? I don't want to talk about this now. So? Seems you only like talking to yourself, is that it? What do you mean by that? I wonder. I'm not the sort of person who talks to themselves. It's just that right now, I'm not in the mood for idle chatter. Is it because you want to focus on your mission, or because your partner in conversation isn't the other you? Forget it. Just stay this way. The more mysterious you become, the more amusing it is to observe you. With that, AK-12 leaves M4 sides. Did she notice something? You don't know what I did at all. Even if you fake a poker face, others can see right into your heart. Shut up. I wouldn't even need to do this if not for you. I would have thought that we had a relationship of mutual trust after going through so much together. I have never trusted you. At the very most, we've just used each other. You wound me. I thought we were quite happy working together before. I had no choice but to do so at the time. There will be more and more situations where you will have no other choice as time goes by. Still, that's fine. At the very least, you've accepted my existence. My patience is boundless when it comes to dealing with you. I won't forget how you lied to me in the past. If you want to obtain what you want, then serve me obediently, OGAS. We're both looking for the path back to yourselves, aren't we? Let's walk hand in hand as we travel the road of recollection towards the truth, my sister. And now we have the battles. Beyond the Border 1. The transmission begins. That doesn't mean she had to run off on her own. I'll catch up and follow the vehicle with her. If we do find the note, should we destroy it immediately? What on earth could it be? You don't need to know. The moment you find something like it, wait for my order and destroy it on the spot. Understood. This channel isn't secure. I'll find some way to contact you after I catch up with A94. NG, something isn't quite right over here. Acknowledged. I'll be waiting for the two of you to contact me again, AF-15. NG ends the transmission with AF-15. What happens? Something's happening at the wall. You asked me to keep an eye on the local garrison units in addition to the infected creatures beyond the wall. According to my previous observations, they've been patrolling according to a fixed pattern. But just now, some of them broke off from their original patrol routes and began to assemble at the wall. Were they hacked by the enemy? Yet, I didn't detect any external signals. The units that broke off now using new IFX signal in place of their original one. The signal characteristics are that of the white faction. The leaves always wither at the roots after the roots rot. So it's not just within the city, but here too. NG, what should we do now? You and M4 head over to the quarantine wall. Conduct recon and gather information there. We'll decide on our next move depending on the situation. Several minutes later, AK-12 and M4 reached the wall district. NG, we've got a mutiny here. The defenders inside the wall have split into two forces and are currently engaged in battle. I'm sending you the data on the situation. Got it, understood. Should we stay here and continue observing? No. AK-12, M4, the two of you will now assist the wall defenders in wiping out the rebel troops. NG, are you sure? Using military force in foreign territory, even if it's to wipe out rebel troops. When do you start being so indecisive? Don't get mad. I just want to make sure you read if you really want us to carry out this order. You need to think about the consequences of doing so. Of course I know what the consequences are, AK-12. So we'll be pointing our guns at humans then, is that it? According to the information you sent, there aren't many humans among the rebels. The bulk of the fighting strength is made up of automaton units and mechs. Destroy the automatons, wreck the mechs, ease the pressure on the defenders. That's all you need to do. It'll be enough. Of course, if you have no other choice, then you need to be prepared to open fire on the human beings. NG, while I don't mean to second-guess your orders, is it really wise to intervene in the firefight that's unrelated to the mission? Isn't our aim to find and destroy the pike nodes? This is most definitely not unrelated to the mission, M4. What the rebels in the White Faction are doing is definitely linked to the pike nodes. Why do you think so? That's because the same thing is happening on the other side of the city. The peace conference, huh? You think this is a coordinated attack by the White Faction? Even so, it doesn't prove that this conflict is more important than finding the pike nodes. Waiting until you have completely confirmed information before acting invariably leads to regrettable consequences. You can understand that better than me. But M4, why are you so fixated on the pike nodes? I just want to complete the mission. Although I'm inclined to agree with M4's opinion, it can't be helped. Whatever you say goes. Since you understand, hurry up and get moving. In that case, Task Force Defy will begin a new operation. Several minutes after the Task Force Defy joins the battle, the transmission comes through. At a time like this, sounds like you're already starting fighting. We're wiping out a few defensive automatons while approaching the location where the defenders and rebels are exchanging fire. NG, if you're contacting us now, I trust it isn't good news, is it? Correct. The storm's begun and it's driving the infected creatures closer to the wall. That'll make things difficult. Given the situation at the wall now, it looks like they won't be able to defend it all at full strength. Worse still, the storm will intensify the speed of infection. The Belgrades and defenders may end up facing several times the numbers of infected they were expecting. You need to move faster before the situation becomes irrecoverable. There really isn't much time left. In a passage within the quarantine wall, really are a lot of autonomous units here. It's understandable for them to be present in such numbers in order to make up this shortfall of soldiers. Still, they're making our job more troublesome. Perhaps we should explain ourselves to the defenders to clear up the suspicions about us. That'll facilitate our future actions greatly. I disagree. We can't reveal the fight's existence so easily. But if the situation remains as it is, our missions will incur additional risk. Let me think. There must be some other way. Some other way? I'm kind of looking forward to it. Still, you better come up with it quickly. Time is running out for us. Welcome to a weird mission. We need to send units to this command post up here. As you can see, it's currently not doing so hot in terms of our control. Hmm. I'm actually kind of checking if there's any other way. There's a control terminal down there. That might be something. Gonna attack this. Okay, I'm just going to spawn a second unit here, just to have more movement points. Should have probably done that turn 1, but I didn't. The annoying thing is that this unit up here is also set to capture command post, and that will be very annoying. Because that means I have a hard limit on how many turns I can take. God damn it. I'm getting tired. I'm pretty sure that the control terminal down there is something that we definitely want to take care of. Now this will be a fight, unfortunately, but it'll have to happen. Now these are currently the autonomous units of the defenders that we do not want to destroy, but we're forced to. Access prompt. Hang on, what? Must unlock all control terminals to gain access to operate the artillery position 3. This is merely a prompt and that has no practicality. Activate. Now what does this do? Okay. I see what we need to do here. Unfortunately, I do not believe... I do not believe that we can really do much else here. I need to restart the battle. I wasted too much time with the thing that I did. Because I believe that this unit here is actually not there for us to rescue. I believe it's there to get a turn. Sort of. Because this should, in theory, snowball into more movement points than we had before. In theory. Should now have 3, which is good. So this is 1. I need to rescue you here. And I'm going to spawn another unit. Because we do not seem to have a limit on how many units we can have, so we can actually escalate this very rapidly, because this will give us another 2 movement points next turn. So instead of 3, we'll have 5. Which suddenly makes us able to take both the control terminal and the garrison down there by force. And I do believe that we need to bombard the big guy twice. At least that will make a lot of sense to me. So what we're going to do is move you twice to get to the next garrison. Spawn another unit. Which leaves us with 2 movement points, but we're going to use 2 of those immediately by moving and then spawning another unit immediately. Isn't this great? End the turn. Now, the next unit will have a little bit of more power, with about 6,000, but it should be fine. I should actually eventually get a ferry into the squad that's currently fighting now. Because otherwise this could get a little bit annoying, eventually. Unfortunately, I don't really know which ferry. Bang, bang. All of them are dead. Now, in this turn, I should be able to just move straight for both control terminals. I'm gonna have to go for the second one, actually, immediately. Unlock access. Activate. And bombard. Suddenly they're 140,000. Which is still high, don't get me wrong. Very high. However, it's suddenly a lot more possible. I shall actually spawn another unit, because why the hell not? Actually going to move you up here, I think. This is quite funny formation here. Move over here. And unlock the access, but not do anything. We need to wait a turn for the enemy to continue moving. Now, the next bit will not damage it as much as I would like, because again, it deals 60% of the enemy's health, which is a lot, but it's not enough. Your skill didn't activate until then. That is very annoying. Okay. Yeah, this is actually currently... Actually, that is the only path in general I can take to get there, unless I have a heliport ferry, which could get me to that tile. Which I do actually have, but that's not the intended path here. We don't even have heavy heliports, which is pretty interesting. Bombard at 61,000. Excuse me? I see. I can deactivate those two? What the hell? That is interesting. That doesn't really do anything? Okay. Alright. I now need this squad over here, I'm pretty sure. Now this is still gonna be very, very rough. Yikes. But maybe we'll be fine. Maybe. I almost forgot to turn those back off. This will be fine. It's only 61,000. Actually, this is a lot more fun than I thought it was. This is totally fun. This is a lot better than I expected it to be. Turns out that it was only at 61,000 because of the sheer number of enemies. Well, let's run straight into the enemy here. This will be fine. After all, it's only some small fry. I do not understand why DSR is so much louder than everything else. It's quite weird. Go up here. And end the turn. And we win. Hey. Because I didn't kill enough enemies. But the battle is completed. Now we have Beyond the Border 3. Which is another battle. Yes. And Frontline will steadily move deeper into the region where the defenders and the rebels are fighting. We've nearly cleared out the units in the sector and surrounding and around the lowest levels. We're going to head up. After this, we'll be making direct contact with human rebels. M4, are you ready? Wait a moment. What's the matter? A Cat-12 walks over to M4's side and finds that she is inspecting a human collapsed by the wall. This man's one of the wall defenders. Oh, seems to be an officer too. As a human, he must have had a hard time holding out here by himself for so long. He's still alive. Was he blasted off the side of the wall? Are you alright? Can you hear me? Who are you? I'm here to save you. Hang in there. We'll get you out of here. Are you serious about this, M4? Of course. I'll take him to a safe place. It won't take much time. Just now you were saying that joining this battle would lead to unnecessary complications, and now you're going to create an unnecessary complication on your own? I have my way of doing things. You stick to the plan and head to the upper level. I'll catch up with you soon. You really do like doing things your own way. Fair enough. Let me see what this unnecessary complication brings us. I'll make a move first then. Cat-12 leaves. Thank you, young lady. Please bear with us for a little longer. I'm going to take you to a safe place where you can take shelter. No need for that. Head to the front lines. More people need you there. Right now, you need me more. Advor carries the officer into a sealed area where the quarantine wall segments are joined and gives him a basic first aid for his wounds. The bleeding stopped. You should be fine now. Thanks for the rescue. No need to thank me. This is my duty. You don't seem to be from our units. Have things reached a point where we need to put out a girl like you on the front lines? It's fine. I'm a tactical doll. What? I can't believe dolls are so realistic now. Oh, but still. Thank you and whoever sent you to help us. My orders to help your unit repel the rebels. In order to facilitate our movements, I hope you will tell your comrades not to attack me and my companion. Alright. What's your IFF signal? I'll send it to you now. The garrison officer picks up the radio on its webbing and opens a communications channel. Attention all units. The designated tactical drones have been sent by our side to provide support. Do not attack them. Will that do? That's enough. Thank you for your cooperation. Can you tell me who sent you to help us? We just happened to be passing by. It's not so. I understand. You have to stop them, otherwise the entire city will be doomed. Understood. They won't get in their way. They won't get their way. Take care of yourself. Employer returns to the wall passage and meets up with AK-12. I've solved the problem that was troubling you. Yeah, I heard it all over the radio. Did you plan this? I just happened to come across an opportunity and took advantage of it. It was all for the sake of making the operation more successful. Also, Angie doesn't want to see unnecessary casualties. Is that really the case? What are you trying to say? No matter how much you can pretend you're a cold machine, you can't run away from who you are inside. I won't hate you, even if you don't cover it up. I didn't do it to make you like me. I understand. Go do whatever you want, provided it doesn't jeopardize the mission. That way, I'll be able to see more interesting things. You have terrible hobbies. It's not like it's going to do you any harm now, is it? Whatever, do as you please. It's not just who I am inside that I can't escape, but OJ as well. What should I do from now on? Inside the quarantine wall. M1 AK-12 to support the defenders in an intense clash with the rebels. The enemy offensive seemed to have tapered off. AK-12, are they making any new moves? The defenders are steadily encircling the rebels at the top of the wall. The rebel forces have been cut in half, and one of those halves is trying to escape. Pathetic. To think they abandoned their units to run away. Still, there's something weird here. The scans show that the fleeing rebels are heading toward the base of the wall. If they're retreating, that position would end up being flanked. It's not suitable for defense. There must be something fishy going on. AK-12 connects to the comms network and reports the situation to Angie. Did you hear that, Angie? The enemy situation is a little abnormal. I've already sent you the distribution of the forces. The enemy's gathering at the base of the wall, huh? Surrounded rebel troops might just be baits. They've discovered that they can't seize control access for the entire quarantine wall, so they're using their backup plan. That other group of rebels is probably going to try and seize the sector containing the wall control room, and then they'll try to open the wall up. You need to get to the control room and stop the rebels before they make their move. But also, M4 Rescue said that dolls are sorry. Why are you the way you are? God damn it, Vato. Well, there sure is a lot of enemies here. What was the goal here? Supply line. Right. Where's the supply line station? There. Yikes. That is quite the path. Well, at least you aren't patrolling anywhere near that thing. You are patrolling straight through my helipods, though. That's not good. Wait a minute. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that this is the mission of establish the supply line in turn 1 or you die. Which is just grand. Well, I can do that, I hope. I have 8 moves here. Actually, a quick thing that I want to check. Okay. Spawn in more squats. Can't go to that side or you're gonna kill it. One, two, three. This might work out. It might. Bang bang. Very good. There's a lot of buildings here in this mission that are kind of rare to see, especially at this point in the story. And they're all dead. Okay. Bonk. IDW, Danya! My god. Absolute overkill for this enemy. To call in one of my strongest squads. But it is what it is. They're dead now. I'm actually relatively worried about the enemy on the left side, but it'll be fine, I swear. The one on the right side is actually one tower further away. Actually, no, it's not. Damn. You are in a really annoying place, buddy. You're gonna capture this tile. You're gonna go and capture this tile. Do you require assistance? Not really. I require the enemy to not be a massive dickhead. That's essentially it. What you're gonna do is go to the left and go down. What you're gonna do is go to the right. That's great, because you don't plan on giving any. How are you doing, Classic? Hope you're holding up great. Then you will go and head onto the left, where you can only stay for one turn. Which is just grand. The reason being is that I need to get rid of the enemies that can threaten my command post. Really formalities done before starting a job. Nice! That's very good. So I'm going to move you over here. And then you down here to capture that helipod back. I'm going to lose it again anyway soon, but for the moment it'll be mine. Which is nice. Because this one is going to trample all over my forehead. 1, 2, 3. Should be fine. Because I should be able to evade the enemy mostly. I was told to come by Thursday for training, and you hope to get the paper then. That's nice. Yeah. Hope you'll have a good job. To say it in a weird way, I suppose. Let's just break this real quick. Now the enemy here is buffed, but because these are the inconsequential enemies, it doesn't really matter. That should, in theory, break the tower. Well, the artillery position is obviously a little bit more annoying. Same, actually. Okay, battle didn't last long enough for the artillery to strike. That's good. Very good. So what I need to do is move you down one tile. See, do I? Motherfucker, where did you come from? That's bad. This is actually surprisingly bad. Fucking mine layer came out of nowhere and just blasted my supply line. Like a little bitch. Still don't know why that one's so loud. But oh well. So. Change of plans. I'm gonna leave everyone on the important tiles. And run away from the big guys. Because they will wreck my shit otherwise. Which won't be very nice. Not nice at all. Haha, didn't hit me. Just barely, but it did not hit me. Let's break the command tower here too. So we can. You're repeating your touch over level for the stage. That is actually not really the case, considering the fact that I'm dealing with small fry and there's these motherfuckers right here. Do you see that number? Quite a large number. In comparison, this is the largest number I have. Yeah. I need to avoid combat with those things at all cost. Which is what I'm attempting to do here. And so far I'm not quite sure if I'm succeeding. Because of the way that these things are pathing, I might just get absolutely screwed by the way that the game does pathing. Supply line established. So, I need to leave these three right here. Maybe switch them around to resupply some ammunition and everything. Resupply. Don't suppose the game expected you to fight the Pandemonius. No, I don't think so either. Which is very good, honestly. I would not be looking forward to fighting them. Poof. Destroy the artillery. That's actually put them out of harm's way. That is very good, because the next turn, these things will end up down here. But more importantly, these tanks will end up over here, and I'll have to do something about them. Actually, let me do something. Move you over here. And wait for a turn. That way I believe I can probably strike out against both of the tanks. With a relative ease. As long as these two mech things don't do something unexpected. Okay. Now the problem with these tanks is that they are big as motherfuckers. I don't like them. Not at all. But I'll be able to beat them anyway. Despite them being big as motherfuckers. I didn't mean to do that. Run! Well, now the damn thing can't do a thing about us. That's good. Time to spawn another unit. And do the same on the other side. Instead of some of my trump cards in the back pocket, I do not know. You're decent. Could spawn that squad, I guess. Phew. And they're all dead. Very good. So that's the tanks destroyed. The main thing is now that I should not be near the things that are currently waltzing towards my command post. Because otherwise they'll go and attack me. Which is bad, as you can probably guess. Instead I'm going to run straight into the enemy supply lines themselves. I'm sure it'll be fine. I also don't know how the game will handle the next turn. Because both of these are supposed to go to this tile down here. I don't know how this handles it. If one goes here and one goes here, I lose. If one goes here and the other one stays, I'm fine. If one goes here and the other one turns around and goes the other way, that's also fine. Yeah. Seems like they are actually just having one move and the other one stay. Do I win? It would be very nice to win at this point. Yes, thank God. Probably an A rank. Nope, actually an S rank. Never mind. Beyond the Border 4. Right after we do go to Tito enhancement. And back. Isomer. Beyond the Border 4. And 4 Naked 12 swiftly break through the enemy defensive line and arrive at the door to the wall control room. The door's locked. Hang on a bit, I'm hacking the internal control system of the wall. Hurry up, there's no telling what the people inside are doing. I'm working as fast as I can. After all, this equipment is intended to protect human lives, so obviously they'd be more careful about protecting it. Alright, opening the door now. Understood. AK-12 opens the electronic lock, and the two doors rush into the control room. A soldier's operating the control panel in front of them. You've got nowhere to run, surrender. The rebel soldier ignores M4's warning and continues pressing the buttons on the control panel. This is bad. M4, he's planning to open the quarantine wall. Enfor quickly steps forward and points a gun at the rebel's back. Stop what you're doing and raise your hands if you don't want to die. The rebellious soldier turns back and looks at Enfor with a disdainful expression on his face. A huge red warning message flashes on the monitor before him. A mere puppet like you can't stop us. The rebel soldier quickly reaches a hand onto a button on the control panel. Enfor shoots the rebel soldier square in the head, and the soldier collapses on the front of the control panel like a sack of potatoes. Is it over? Enfor bites her lip as she looks at the human who now lies in a pile of blood. Is this really alright? You hesitated, Enfor. Your indecision nearly put the entire city in danger, and here I thought you were already used to killing human beings. Is there really no other way to stop him? Why does it always have to be a matter of life and death? You're naive, far too naive. Don't always think that you can reach a good outcome easily. Only the victors get to live on. That was why you opened fire, isn't that right? Enfor, we need to do the right thing. That's the only way we can reach our destination. Just then, someone pats Enfor's shoulder. Technically, classic. Technically. She already has. Talking to yourself again, Enfor? Things aren't over yet. What? AK-12 points to the communicator that has fallen beside the rebel soldier's body. The faint sounds of a conversation can be heard through the device. Attention, the operation to seize the control room has failed. Thus we have no choice but to enact the final plan. As I thought. Technically, maybe, but when's the first time we see the sprite? I don't actually know. I can't tell you because I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's in the next event, but I am not sure. As I thought. AK-12 and Enfor exchange looks. After that, Enfor dashes out of the control room. I finished pinpointing the message of source. I'll send you its location. Roger. I'm on my way. Delay them as long as you can. AK-12 picks up the communicator. A low male voice comes from it. We're within the control room. You had a conversation, right? Unfortunately, everything you did was for nothing. You've already failed. If you want to keep your life, so I'd advise you to not act rashly. Failed? To think it'd be a little girl who stole the control room. Still, I'll tell you this. In order to ensure our plan went off without a hitch, our heroes have already rigged the load-bearing columns here with explosives while you fools were denied by our comrades. And now I hold the detonator. With just their press, this stupid quarantine wall will be blown to bits. Why are you doing this? When you originally garrisoned troops, you did this to protect your people. Can you face up to the badges you wear if you let infected creatures into the city? Of course we can. What are we doing? What we are doing is for the sake of peace and freedom. As for the people, they aren't even people. Our people are locked outside the wall. The real people are starving, bleeding, struggling on the edge of life and death. We use our blood to protect those maggots in the city, but what have they done? They simply live within the walls without a care in the world, allowing those thieves who live on high steal the fruits that we protect with our lives. Let them bear the consequences of their weakness. Let them go to hell with the people up top. Do you want to die? If you push that button, both you and the rest of your unit will perish. This is the battlefield, girl. Since we're here, we have no intention of going back alive. All our comrades came here to prepare to die. How could soft and weak running dogs like you understand a lofty resolve? You're a bunch of madmen. That's right, we're mad. We're all mad. Everything's gone mad. Enfor, look out. These people are all insane. Got it? I'll be right. Let this mad world hear our cry. The purification tower collapses amidst a series of explosions. The storm lashing at the exterior wall quickly disperses the thick smoke generated by the blasts. By the time the dust and smoke clear, Inge can see a hollow burning infected by the light of the fires nearby on the nearby wall. They poured through the gap into the quarantine wall and rushed downhill into the city. And you can hear many things. You can hear screams, gunfire, explosions, and inhuman cries. Those sounds of disaster blend into chaotic mess and reach our ears over the communications channel. The neat flow of cars on the street near the wall seizes up, like a snake that's been cut into segments. The thick smoke and firelight gradually spreads outward along the streets. People flee in all directions, and Angie imagines she can hear their wail of despair. Even Angie, who has witnessed countless tragic sights, cannot help but want to avert her eyes as she witnesses the horrific scene beneath her. Did you plan to account for this too, Kay? I'd better. Otherwise the situation will be out of my control. And now we come to the next chapter. Of still, this only line, because, remember, only this is where the lines diverge. Oh, not diverge, but merge. Under the Wall 1. The streets on the immediate vicinity of the quarantine wall have become hell on earth. Stay away from me, help! Residents, evacuate to the nearest shelter immediately. Don't open the door until they stand down the alert. Garrison of Gate E4 hailing Garrison HQ. Elites have invaded the city. We have entered combat. Requesting reinforcements. Please? Even here? M4, AK-12, report. Answer me. Well... Angie, we couldn't stop the rebels. They detonated the explosives. The explosion wasn't particularly big, but it blew a hole in the quarantine wall. But even so, it's large enough that plugging the breach is not going to be easy. Copy that, I understand. What are you planning to do, Angie? They punched a hole through the wall, and at the worst possible time. No, that's not what's going to happen, Classic. Bonk. With just half of Task Force Defy, we're pretty much helpless under the circumstances at a time like this. This is Lieutenant Dragovich, acting commander of the Eastern Garrison. Attention all garrison units, we have received reports that the quarantine wall has been destroyed by rebel forces not long ago. Do not panic. Everyone heed my command and hold your ground. It sounds like the wounded officer we came across. Angie, I have an idea. Being a busybody again. Let her finish. What are you trying to see him for? We coordinated with the officer of the local garrison while clearing the rebel forces. That's how we acquired our military IFF signals and comms frequency. We alone can't stop the elites, but if we work with the garrison troops... Let's see, borrowing the strength of the local garrison is indeed a valid solution. Patch me through. I'm gonna have a proper chat with the guy. After making some small adjustments to the comm settings, Andy's digitally distorted voice is transmitted through the channel. You seem to be having some trouble, Lieutenant Dragovich. Who are you? What unit are you from? Why do you have access to this channel? You've met my subordinates before. You probably remember them. I see. If it hadn't been for you, we'd have been completely crushed by the bastards. No matter who you're with, I owe you one. Let's leave that for later. We're both short on time. What's your current situation? How long can you last? When will your reinforcements arrive? It's chaos. My forces are putting their lives on the line to hold the upper wall, but the bottom has already been breached by elites. Most of the troops on the wall, including me, don't actually have much combat experience. Our tactical teams have also been separated, so it's difficult for us to mount the organized defense. Also, we haven't been able to contact HQ. There's been no response from to our communications. I doubt we'll be getting any reinforcements at all. Worst possible scenario, huh? Tell your subordinates to save their ammo and try their best to retreat into the narrow passages on our corridors. Concentrate your fire and rebuild your defensive line. Do that first to make sure you don't get overrun. Understood? But if we delay if we draw back to within the wall, more elites will force their way into the city. If you die here, no one will be left to stop the elites. Right. I'll have my forces fire the infected creatures to give us cover while we safeguard our defense line. Each minute you fight, you'll kill more elites and give citizens of Belgrade a better chance to survive. Hold the wall and stay in touch. We'll find a way to give you support. Over. AK-12 and 4, you had that? From now on, support the garrison troops in defending the wall. and focus on helping isolated forces return to the garrison. Our priority is to minimize the casualties and stop Ediths from entering the city. Hold out until reinforcements get here. As always, you're the kind of person who enjoys surfing in the thunderstorm. I'm not that stupid. Besides, we're doing ourselves a favor by helping these garrison troops. We'll find a way to withdraw to the safe zone once this is over. But some units have already broken through the wall into the city, and the collapse of contamination has also started seeping in thanks to the destruction of the purification tower and the storm. If you don't want to take another radiation bath, I suggest you stay indoors. Just leave everything on the front lines to M4 and me. I know. With Ediths crawling all over the place, running around with like a headless chicken is suicide. If there's only a single breach, it should be pretty easy to tell where the Ediths are coming from. If everything goes well, we should be able to keep the damage to a minimum with the help of the garrison troops. Question is, will everything actually go that well? To stab west in still waters. To turn bad things to our advantage. That's Task Force Defi's mission. Alright, focus on fighting. I have other things to sort out. Okay, do you read me? Why have you broken radio silence? The purification tower is screwed. Not that you'd care about that, I suppose. Just get to the point. There are too many Elits and I don't have enough people, not to mention the oncoming storm. Time is short and you need to send more people, more troops to let me support near the wall. I can't. Why? I just need them to round off the Elits. That's hardly an unreasonable request. Perhaps I should seriously consider just how much you care about this mission. Don't think too much. Just carry out your orders. Care to listen to my suspicions about you? Did these suspicions form over the last few seconds? I believe I'm not obliged to listen, nor am I obliged to offer you an explanation. And you look speed up, I wonder why. It surely wasn't that weird-ass explosion out in the Russian countryside. That totally wasn't a dirty bomb either. And totally wasn't set off by herself. She's an absolute mad lad. For example, maybe there's actually a secret agenda to this mission. You're overthinking it, woman. That's not good for your health, mental or physical. As a state-sec agent, you simply have to do your job. That's the only thing you're good for. Oh, and here I thought I was a renegade. All the more reason why you need me. What do you... I have no wish to concern myself with what you have done or who you used to be. Those things mean nothing to me. You're nothing more than a tool, and right now I'm the only one who could tell you where your loyalties lie. I think that was J. That was in fact J, yes. Yeah. I think it was J. Might have also been a different letter. I don't remember the name of him. Freaking Man in Black naming. To be fair, it has a reason. It's just the first letter of the first name. I hope you can remember that. Now shut up. Damn it, it's always like this. He always says that everything is under control. That he can provide all the support at his disposal, and when shit goes down, we're always on our own. Is J for Jackass? No. Actually, no, I don't even think that the lettering is for the first names. I think it's just code names. Disappointed? I never had any hopes for reinforcements. There's nothing to be disappointed about. Still, I must say, Kay actually has a point. Stopping the Elites has never been our job to begin with. We can still leave this mess if we want to. Judging by the speed at which these Elites are swarming in, I'm afraid I can't say the same in another 10 minutes. Your location won't be safe for long. It isn't time yet. Abandoning the wall will make the rest of our operation even more difficult. At least hold out until AR-15 and A-94 complete their objective. So we're buying them time. What's the situation? Order's gradually being restored, but things aren't looking good. Almost all garrison outposts are in a state of emergency. From what I saw, these soldiers are practically panic shooting, and the accuracy is... With this level of training, I'm afraid they won't last very long. Also, I just eavesdropped on the comms of the local garrison. It appears that neither the mobilization of backup forces nor the evacuation of civilians are going too well. Jackal is a perfectly good code name. I agree, but yeah. The majority of them are youngsters who have never seen real combat. You can't expect them to be too capable. On top of that, the garrison have been infiltrated. This must also be part of the plan. Actually, the main reason why things have gone down so badly is because the rebels seized control of all automated heavy weapons beforehand. But they have all pretty much been destroyed in the previous battle. By us. What else could we have done? We didn't have the luxury to spare the armored units and the tanks. Besides, as long as we still have ammo and we make sure the elites are only coming from one direction, then the situation isn't exactly beyond kaboom. Despair often comes hand in hand with hope that is almost within reach. A second explosion on the quarantine wall thoroughly destroys the opportunity that I thought I had within my grasp. Another explosion, and the scale. I'm investigating, but... Too many people are trying to communicate simultaneously. Coupled with the EM storm, the signals are getting all scrambled. M4, can you see the location of the explosion? Do you have visuals? There's a second opening on the wall. I'm sending you the location. Away. Could be a time-delayed bomb. That would explain why the first explosion was a lot smaller than expected. The rebels probably planned to trigger the second explosion. The rescue teams and engineer corps rushed into luck in the first opening. Hardly matters anymore. More importantly, if they're caught in between, then the garrison troops... Holding our position here no longer serves any purpose. We must leave this place before we're attacked from both sides. At the quarantine wall. Lieutenant Dragovich, do you copy? There's been another explosion. I know. Elites have already started appearing from behind. We're only holding a small section at the top of the wall. As you can see, the situation has become even more precarious. There's no point in defending the wall at this point. For the sake of preserving your strength, I suggest you withdraw immediately. My subordinates will cover evacuation. Please move in an organized manner and follow my plan. We're not leaving. There's no time for you to hesitate. This is your only chance of escape. If you drag this on... I can see that the other teams are still doing everything they can to destroy the elites. If we leave, they'll lose fire support and take the brunt of the attack. I can't just abandon them. You want to drag your subordinates with you to hell? You're right. Every elite we kill will buy more time for the citizens of Belgrade. Given that you survive... Oh, to defend this wall. This is our post. Behind the wall is my hometown. Behind the wall is my country and my people. I have to protect it. The same goes for my subordinates. We've all got family here. Thank you very much for all the help you've given us. If it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't have made it this far. We will stay behind to slow them down. Please withdraw as fast as you can. Received. Attention, Task Force Defy. We're withdrawing. But those people... No buts in fall. We're in combat. Our orders are absolute. Rendezvous with me at the Belgrade Sail House. We'll plan for our next step when we're there. Don't think. Just focus on executing my order. Soldiers are all the same. Be Diego Dragovich. I wonder if it's a good thing or a bad thing to train people into such soldiers. And with that, I will call it a day for today. Focus on execute. Just kill everyone. Fine. I am going to end my stream for today, though. I should be back tomorrow with some Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, which is fun. But let me quickly check who I can raid for today. Stop that. We are going to go and raid. Let's... You know what? Let's go and say hello to someone that has raided me a while ago. Which is Tetsi. I don't really know them myself. I know that they're playing currently Star Wars The Old Republic, which is also a game that I know nothing about, but just say hello to them and see where that goes. Maybe call them a nerd, because that usually goes well. Have a good night. Thank you very much for being here, and I do hope to see you again. Bye.